Joining us now is fourth-year head women's tennis coach Carl Clifton Soderstrom of the North Park University Vikings. North Park coming off a seesaw season last year, but however they have two returning seniors to this year's team as well as 9 players to the team. So Carl, now that you're entering your 4th season as the head coach of the women's tennis team, what are your expectations for this upcoming 2017 season?
Yeah, there's a lot of changes going into this year. Like you mentioned, the one thing that we're really looking forward to is having seniors. It's our first season that we've had seniors, graduating seniors. So our captain, Juvie Vinloan, has been with us 4 years, so it's great to have her experience in the tournaments and the matches and that. She's just been a great leader for the team. And our other senior, Vilda Olvin, is our strongest player, probably returning from last year. She's been an outstanding performer for the team. She had a great record last year, did really well in conference and in the spring season. So it's having that kind of leadership at the top is, I think, going to be really good for us this year.
I was going to say, you mentioned those two already. Talk about how much of an impact they're going to have just on the younger girls and then the underclassmen, the juniors as well.
Yeah, so we have 4 new players coming in. First-year players, so I think that kind of mentoring and leadership that can happen from Juvie and Vilda for them is going to be really good. There's just a lot of potential with the new recruits that are coming in, so it's good to kind of have those different levels throughout the team, looking ahead to the coming years too, to see how these new players develop in this team.
And talk a little bit about the schedule you guys got coming up. You guys always do a really tough non-conference schedule. Talk a little about how much that non-conference schedule is really going to prep you guys for the conference slate.
Yeah, so it's a tough conference. There's been a lot of changes. I know, like top seeded from last year, Augustana graduated several people, so there's going to be some new players in the conference that we're going to be facing. So it's a little bit, you don't really know how the matches are going to go until you meet your opponents. We're starting off with 3 non-conference teams.
Okay.
Some of them we're familiar with and we've done well against, so it should be a nice sort of confidence-building first few matches. Of course, they can always push you, but it's a good way to lead into a tough CCIW conference. And we're coming off of a really strong spring season last year, so we won our last 4 matches. Those were all non-conference, but some good match play there, and I think that kind of momentum will sort of help kickstart the new season. So,
and talk about where do you think the success of the team is going to be more? Is it going to be more singles, more doubles, or do you think it's going to be a combination of both those?
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell with some of these new recruits where their exact skills are going to be in singles or doubles. With some more senior members of the team, right? Doubles usually is something that takes a little bit more chemistry, a little more thinking often. It takes some time to develop, so I think we should be pretty strong at doubles with those leaders. They'll kind of model things for the other players. And of course, somebody like Vilda is just outstanding in singles as well. So it's I think it's still a kind of wait and see where our strengths come out in the next few weeks. So,
and talk about the conference a little bit more. I know you elaborated a little bit. I know the poll came out, unfortunately not in our favor, but obviously preseason polls don't mean anything. Talk a little about just how you see the conference shaking out this year.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's I don't know some of the. I mean, you never know the recruits that any given team is bringing in, right? And sometimes a couple of good recruits can totally change how the eventual rankings go. We did have a tough fall season last year. We kind of built up our momentum towards the spring, but I think that was part of like how the poll turned out for the year was how we did last year. Yeah, I mean, Wheaton's, of course, going to be strong. Carthage, I think, is moving up now with some seniors that they have coming up. And we'll be right in the thick of it with Illinois Wesleyan and Millikin and Elmhurst and some of those others. So that's how it's kind of looking at this point.
Okay. All right, well, we wish you all the best of luck in 2017, Carl.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, thank you.